Welcome back to Hutan Pantai, everybody. Episode 20. I have the worker going ahead and subsoiling our fields. I'm starting with the long grain fields first. I did go ahead a few months. We're in February already for our sales. On the previous episode, we just finished up the harvest. And we're all the way in February right now because there really wasn't a whole lot going on. I just maintained the greenhouses with water and all that good stuff. If you do remember, we were out of gas on our picker here. Our harvester of rice. I want to put like a gas barrel, I think, with a good shed. We're going to put a shed up in this episode. We'll get through the sales, February and March here. And while that's going on, we'll keep the subsoiler running. Like I said, there's a possibility we might move this smaller greenhouse. Put it over there, and then we could put the shed in that spot. Depending on what we decide to go with, of course. But I think without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get the produce selling. Let's see, I think our rice is going to have to sell. No, that's in March. So we'll hold off the rice boxes and the rice rolls, which we do have our first rice boxes from our long grain rice. They have come out. Quality rice. Looks like you get about 8 in a pack. Not bad at all. Kind of hoping that we can get through. Actually, it looks like the long grain rice is empty. So yeah, that's done. We'll shut that off. Focus on the rice rolls. Hopefully get them done before we harvest again. I would like to try to get out the rest of that kimchi that we have in here. Because we're no longer going to do kimchi. Because between the rice boxes and the rice rolls, we're going to have our hands full on that production. And we'll just sell the produce outright from now on. That's actually what we're going to do. We're going to sell all this produce. It's been storing. I did go ahead and start up the Inaki mushroom as well because I do want to see... I want to fill up our kiosk over here and see if we can get like almost everything filled out. I think there's some spinach that also fills in a spot. I'm not absolutely sure, but obviously we won't be able to do that. So it looks like he's almost finished over there. I guess we'll get a few of these sold and then we'll get him started on the upper field. And then we'll go from there and get the time lapse. I think after this run, because I do want to see the kiosk populate. After this, we'll just start switching to selling on our menu at the proper month instead of going back and forth. So this will probably be the last time we keep running back and forth like this. Save us a lot of time. I do want to get advancing a lot more quickly, which we will be. It's going to probably take another year before we can buy that land over there. Like I said, there's no point in purchasing it unless we're ready for the water buffalo pen and all that stuff, which we're not. We got a little ways before we were able to, you know, get a mixing wagon and all that stuff or whatever we decide to do. Maybe I'll just buy some silage bales and then we can just store them alongside. Then we don't have to worry about TMR and all that stuff. Probably not going to produce as much, but it beats having to do all that stuff. We'll save that for another playthrough, I think. Obviously, the lettuce here is the most profitable, so we may want to run that first, I think, and then we'll switch later on. These do look nice and fresh, though, don't they? Alright, they finished the lower field. Get them started on the upper. And we'll keep them moving. And then we shall get things selling, I guess, on our produce. And then when we're done, we'll see what we got in our farmer's kiosk. This is the last one here. That should do her. That was a lot of produce back and forth. I did shut, we're just gonna store lettuce on the both of these. Like I said, the small one might be moving because obviously the lettuce is worth the most. And then we'll just do the oyster mushroom again and fill that up until that's all the way full. And I think, like I said, next year we'll just hit selling from the building at the proper month. There's no point in going back and forth that many times. And then, yeah, rice is still producing here. Like I said, hopefully we can get a window to run the rest of this kimchi out, but we shall see. How did our kiosk come out here? Because I did like every vegetable we could do. And mushroom. So yeah, it filled up pretty well. There's a couple boxes here yet. That I think one's probably like the spinach, which I don't know how the spinach works. Like you just dump the whole wagon from here. That wouldn't really make sense why they'd even add that. But I suppose because it's a vegetable for salads, you'd have spinach. I don't know. I think there'd be some kind of limit on that because if you do lots and lots of spinach in a big dump like that, holy moly, that's crazy. And then our other mushroom here. So yeah, this is probably the best it's ever going to look. Let's get a good look at it, because I don't think we'll be doing a whole lot here in the future. Let's see, they finished up there, but I think we're going to wait on starting them. We're going to go to March. Let's see how much we made before we advance. 168,709 or 719. That's crazy. That's awesome. I like to see it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to March, and then we'll take care of that honey and then the rice supplies. Looks like our honey is starting to pick up again. I do have a, from the mod hub, they finally added, so we can actually do more than 2 spawns, so we don't have to keep moving them, so that'll help. Our produce did go away the next day, unfortunately. I wish it would stay there a while. It's kind of nice when seeing it filled in like that. Let's start the subsoiler on another field, because I believe we will start planting next month. It's crazy, another year. But that's what it's all about. Rinse and repeat. Here we go. Them started. Looks like we got a couple more, or just one. One thing of lettuce. We'll sell that too. Since it should still be a decent time to do it. It's yellow, but we'll still settle for it. Should get 15,000 on that honey. And like I said, the rice box and the rice rolls. Alright, so let's get cracking again. And let's make some more money. So from the rice alone, we got 93,000 on those the box rice and the rice rolls. That's crazy good money. And we'll sell our honey pallets here. Which if we did this right, we could get all 4. We'll give it a shot, but I think it's kind of the way they're lined up. Might be kind of difficult. Ooh, look at that. Don't hit that. There we go. And then we'll get the partial pallets. Bam. And then we'll remove this spawn point, because we do have some new ones. I think there's different spawns we can have. I think we'll do 8 just to give ourselves some cushion, which is, you know, just a double stack. I don't have to worry if it produces more, but I don't think it will produce that much more anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and demolish this. There we go. So yeah, we could do the 8, which is 4 by 2, 4 pallets too high. And it doesn't really take up that much more room. Bam. And we don't have to worry about moving anything anymore, just like that. Great mod. If you're in the mod hub, it beats the standard one. Nice. Okay, so we have a couple pallets. Ooh, a few more than a few pallets. Let's sell these 3 pallets of lettuce just to get them out of the way. And then what we'll do is we will start to decide where we want to put our shed for our harvester. It's gonna have to be a nice big shed. I mean, not crazy big, but big enough so we get that in there. This front loader. Probably our water trailer. There's a few things we can put in there. A couple harvesters. So it might have to be a fairly decent size. And I see we got a mushroom pallet. Is that still a decent price? We'll wait. We'll just let that fill in. Yeah, so another total. 122,000 total for today. Wow, that is really good. We might actually be able to get that next field sooner than we think. Just maybe. I got this field done. There's one. Oh no, 2 more to go. No, 1. Why was I thinking there's 2? Last one by the house. That takes the most time because it's an odd-shaped field. Let them have at it while we decide what we're gonna do for a shed over here. Like I said, it'd be nice to have something decent in size, but nothing crazy either. This would really be nice. It's quite spendy. But we could fit... Would that header fit through that door? Suppose we could always just take it off outside too. It looks like it would. We would have to do some landscaping here to get this to work. This wouldn't be bad. 30 grand on that. See, the header wouldn't fit in these. These might be nice for a different playthrough. I think what we're gonna do, I almost hate to do it, but I think we're gonna go with this guy. It's quite expensive, but it's one of those things that you're not really gonna use a whole lot. Or I mean, on other playthroughs. So it'd be nice to be able to utilize it. Yes, it's crazy expensive. But once it's out of the way, it's out of the way. Our header will fit in there. Let's see how good we could level this. Do we want it lower? I think it might be cool if it's lower. So if we go like level with this. We'll leave some buffer here. We should move that cedar too. Let's get that out of the way. I'm gonna need a tractor for that, unfortunately. Is there a hitch on these harvesters? I don't recall ever seeing one. No. See if this will hook up to it. It probably won't. Ooh. I would have never have guessed that. Good, then we don't have to disturb our worker. Alright. That will work. Can only go so far over here. Let's see what we got for space. Will that work? I kind of want it at an angle. Trying to stay away from both the field and the, the rock area. The preserve factory, so we got some room. We could move the road over a little bit too, I think is like not a bad idea. If we went more like that. Okay, how did we do? Hopefully it looks decent. Kind of up on the side a little bit. All the leveling we did. It went into our rice field a little bit, but I wonder how if that'll screw the worker up much. Not bad, I mean... It's definitely tight, though. Would have been nice to have gone back farther, but there's no way we could have really did that at that angle. We'd have to angle it some more. Man, I don't know. I mean, the road's got to be changed. It just feels like it's... too close, maybe. Let's, actually, we should be able to delete this and get our full refund now that I have that mod on. 110, yes. Perfect. Let's do that. Because we got to be a happy customer. Yeah, if we could just come back a little farther. Like that. That's crazy ridiculous. Next to our factory here. Yeah, it seems like it's a little bit better that's further back, that's for sure. I think it went into our field a little bit more again here. It should be alright. Okay, I'm gonna do some landscaping and we'll see you in a few minutes here. Looks like, unfortunately, I can't landscape here by the shed area next to the rice paddy. If it wouldn't have affected it, that easily would have made it, you know. We will actually see how good that's going to work with the planter. Because we're going to advance here and start planting and see how that goes. How's the inside? Hopefully... I'd say we had a little bit of bleed through, but... nothing crazy, I guess. Should be plenty good, right? All kinds of room in here, lights work. We did need to put up a gas barrel as well. I'm gonna probably bring down that pressure washer. I think too would be good to have it down here. I think we're gonna go with one of these, the old school. Otherwise, I guess we could do one of these two. Let's do a smaller. We're gonna do the actually old school, I think. Rusty. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's do the opposite. Because we do need some gas desperately here. Fill her right up. It's cheap enough. And then we can fill up our harvester, which was desperate in need of some gasoline. And then we'll go grab that pressure washer. Looks like they got done subsoiling there. Yeah, we'll just push this down. It only makes sense because we're gonna have more equipment over there than we would over here. It's pretty heavy. Crossing the road. Don't mind me. Just a goofball pushing a pressure washer. Yeah, what do you think? Kind of... Is it overkill? Is it crazy? It needs to fit all of our equipment. We should probably put that... We'll be harvesting the long grain rice first. Well, actually, they're both in the same month. Let's set this right here, I think is a good spot for it. We'll stack the harvesters on this one side. Yeah, I think we'll put the... Let's put the big harvester in first. I'm not sure how wide that's going to be. Be nice to get the things tucked away. We got the cedar too. That's gonna have to get washed. Just put that there for now. Like I said, it should clear. Plenty. If we can get this off to the side. Perfect. And we're gonna put the header down too. We get our other harvesters alongside of it here. Actually, put the cedar back in there too. Although we're gonna have to use the cedar. We could probably put the cedar in the other shed at the home farm. Maybe it would be better. Been a long time coming, though. And if we have to wait one more year, which would probably only be like one episode, before we buy that other plot of land, I think that's a safe bet to do. And we'll have tons of money. We get our goat operation up. We'll get our everything we need to feed them. Doesn't make sense to... We could probably buy a wagon, too, to actually legitly... Oh, we could actually go alongside the other side there. Plenty of room here. Let's get everything as tight as we can. Just like that. And we got our front loader. Which we should only really use one time a year now, because everything else... Well, we'll use it for the planting season too, because of the rice pallets and all that. We'll have to get to the fields. This is coming along very nicely. I like it a lot. And for quick access, we want to keep this be in front. Probably could have went the other way with it. The subsoiler we could probably put against the front of that shed too. Nothing wrong with that. It's all done for the year. I'd like to get this one out of the way a little bit better. We could put it maybe in the corner here. Otherwise it kind of sticks out in front of the door. Something like that. We are going to have to top up our greenhouses, so we'll wait on that water tank. That might just sit outside, though, for how often we fill up. I shouldn't go crazy with this, because we're going to have to plant again here soon anyway. Kind of just trying to figure out where everything's going to sit in the shed. Or like I said, we could put it at the other farm. In that other shed. We might do that because it's going to get too crammed in there. And honestly, there's not much going on in the other shed. Or was this not able to get through the doorway? I don't even remember. Maybe we couldn't get it through the doorway. That is unfortunate. We're gonna have to figure that out on a future episode. So what I want to do, I think, is we're going to advance. I think that was everything we had to do for this month. Because our regular rice and our long grain rice will harvest, or plant, rather, in April. But I do want to see before we end up if we didn't screw up this field, because I'm really worried about that. So we'll get this bottom field planted, and then we will see where we're at. Maybe it'll plant fine. Alright, we are in April. So what we're going to do, we did put the planters, yeah, down here. There's a couple, there's not much left. But I do want to get this. So everything's working the same so far. Let's just hire a worker and then we'll let them empty this out and then we'll fill it up and we'll see what happens. I'm eager to see if... Hopefully we didn't screw up any of the mechanic on this field because of the digging into it. I could have went all the way on the field if I wanted to. Ah, nice. It looks like it's going to work. Be kind of odd shaped and we lost our water ridge there. Alright, so what I think we're going to do is I'll leave it there for today's episode. I'll let this worker finish this field, and then we come in on the next episode. We will finish... Well, we'll gotta get started on that long grain rice, because you can only do it 1 month. But I'll probably put all the workers off on the planters, because we do have 3 of them. So we'll be able to finish the rest of these. And then we'll go from there. We'll probably even harvest it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.